Hey, what's going on, Virgo? Welcome to the channel. It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. How's it going? So guys, I became aware that my intro are literally the same every single time, and that's because I'm comfortable saying what I'm saying. So we'll just get right into it. I'm doing a May reading for 2020. This is going to be a general read, and I'm using the Witch's Tarot deck to do this for you. So I hope you enjoy the reading, and just keep in mind, guys, when I say it's a general, it's just based on the collective energy. So I hope you find the thing that resonates for you, and I hope you really connect with the cards or a specific card. And please remember to leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the reading. And when you subscribe, please tap the notification bell, because YouTube is just overwhelmed with videos, and you know, I'd really like to be here to help you on your path with advice from tarot. So that's why I'm encouraging a notification bell tap. So let's dive in, and we're gonna take a closer look at this for you, Virgo. Okay, so all right, so the Five of Swords, you guys. So you need to really look at what is bothering you, you know, and just like what is causing you this discomfort. I don't know why I'm getting this kind of Silence of the Lambs vibe, in the sense that somebody else could be coming in and whispering things to you that is setting you off of your balance, you know, and it could be your own thoughts. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but there's, you know, Hannibal Lecter. He was always whispering something to the guy in the next cell, or he would just say things that would just like creep people out, or like make them really doubt who they were. And I really see this happening for you. And why is that going on? Are you doing it to yourself? Is somebody else coming in and doing that to you? And if so, why does it bother you? And I find like the closer that somebody is to you, the more painful comments are going to feel. So, you know, you have to really develop a Kevlar suit out there, you guys, especially if it's a work environment. Your family, oh my God. I don't know why sometimes family, they can be so mean, you know, and people close to you and that are not afraid to show like their hurt side, which can also translate into being an angry side. And then they just, you know, shoot the arrows at you, and you're like, oh God, why? Stop. So really have a closer look at why you're allowing that. Like, do you think that you deserve that? And if you're doing it to yourself, please change your thought processes, you know, and become aware of those thought patterns so that you can stop them in their tracks, because you deserve better than that. So I just moved the deck over, and I lost a card on the bottom, so I'm going to keep that for the second card, which is don't worry so much about this. So you've got the High Priest here. So the High Priest, he is like really, like to me, he's like unlocking levels of the next, that's weird. I saw the words unlocking the levels of the next life. So I'm getting a bunch of information here. I think many of you could be worried about your ascension path and what's going to happen to you, you know, when you go to the other side of the veil. Are you going to come back? Are you going to ascend? Depending on what you guys believe in. You could be actually living this life in preparation for the next life. So this is very interesting that I'm seeing very, very bizarre with the High Priest. That you guys, you really could be, you see the keys here? Like, you're going to get there no matter what you do here. And that could be why you're allowing all this negativity to come in. And I know that some specific cultures, they really run their day-to-day life here based on what is going to happen in their next life, whether that looks like heaven or, you know, whatever you think is going to happen to you. Like, you can't project into that life. You can't. It's all going to happen on its own, and you're here to experience this present moment So try not to worry about what is going to happen after you pass on to the other side, because it's not here yet. It's not available to you. And some people really believe that, you know, your pure energy and leaving this life is like changing vehicles, and that's how I feel. So I mean, and people just can be really consumed with, and this is really like weird vibes that I'm getting, that some people are so concerned about how they might die that they never even really live. So if that's you, you might want to look into some, I don't know, some ways of releasing that. And maybe you were brought up that way, or maybe you saw a really scary movie when you were a kid. So don't worry about something that you're not ready for, that could be hindering the way that you exist in your day-to-day life right now. And be aware of this danger, you guys. So this is fascinating too, that I pulled the 10 of Pentacles here. So you could be trying to live up to some idealistic life. And I think that you guys are trying to stretch yourself into somebody else's frame, which is like, it means that you're here to live your life, not a version of somebody else's life. So you could be trying to fit into somebody else's cookie cutter frame that they think that you should belong in, where these swords are coming from too, and which is why you're so worried. And I know that there are some cultures, you guys, and this is not a slam, but you know, if you don't do this, then you won't be allowed into heaven. So I think you should be really careful about stuff like that. And I don't want to start talking about religion, because I think it's a very volatile subject, but I really do think that there's a belief system that could be maybe tweaked a little bit, or it could have been misinterpreted or somehow, and maybe you should revisit that and maybe go ask some questions. You know, I read this book years ago, and the whole basis of it was that somebody spent their life acting in a way because she thought that she heard her father say something when she was a child, but she misinterpreted it. So she acted in a vengeful way her entire life. And the book was called The Naked Heart, for you guys. It's by Jacqueline Briskin, and it was amazing if you want to read it to get sort of a sense of what I'm talking about. But it's amazing what like a misunderstanding or a misinterpretation of a certain phrase or set of words can do and put you on your path. So I think that there was something happening probably back to your childhood that you've been following that maybe was a misunderstanding. So this could be an opportunity to go back and sort of reread that, or go ask somebody that, you know, you could consider them to be like powerful in your belief system, and say, you know, this is the way I've been understanding this, and I think you would be able to sort of release these fears that you're having, you know, and then you can sort of change how you feel and the things that are important to you, and probably let go of these painful things. And it's just, I think it's all very complicated for you. So I'm seeing an opportunity to have a conversation with somebody that has that aspect of being very powerful in your belief system. So let's see, hold tight to this, you guys. This is really interesting with the 8 of Wands. This is really having like, first of all, an upbeat personality, and being happy and joyful in the moment, and being open to things changing very rapidly. So if you do have a conversation with somebody, and it could be your parents, it could be like whatever your faith is, it could be somebody that's just very high up in, like an elder in your community, it could just really like uplift you and go, oh wow, I can't believe that I was thinking that my entire life. But meanwhile, you know, I could be thinking this way and feeling so much lighter, you know, and maybe be able to enjoy this abundance that we see here, that you could be a little bit afraid of, just because like 2 or 3 words are misinterpreted. And if you guys do end up reading that book, like, let me know what you think of it, because it's one of my favorites. Learn to appreciate this, you guys. And this is interesting too with the 5 of Cups. You know, your past is going to be your past. The 5 of Cups, okay, I really believe that everybody has a sad story. Everybody has something that they would like to have the chance to do over again, but that's probably not going to happen in your lifetime. So you do have an opportunity for a rapid change, and it's probably going to come as a result of having this conversation that we were talking about before. So whatever is left in front of you, learn how to enjoy that. Learn how to appreciate that. And if you need to get yourself a mermaid costume to do that, I mean, I think that sounds like a super fun time. But appreciate that everything that happened in your path, whether it was good, bad, uncomfortable, it was there to shape you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, I mean, if you do find out that you were under a bit of a misinformation, you're just gonna have to let that go. I mean, feel bad about it for a little while, but again, don't let that be the thing that's going to ruin your life. You know, just don't let one set of misinformation make you so stressed out that you don't come back and be able to seek the joy that is rightfully yours just for being here. So the next card is going to say, stop pursuing this. Fascinating. Okay, so the Temperance card, it asks you to be like, have this angelic sense of just, you know, everything's fine and behaving like, you know, there's rainbows, and you don't always have to be that way. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the divine interpretation of any sort of learnings or teachings that you've had. You're allowed to be you. You're allowed to express your opinion. You're allowed to be sad and happy and joyful, and have emotions that is above a flat line. You know, you're not here to be... The closest thing I can get is, do you know how when people are like, they're modeling or they're in beauty pageants and they have that pose and they just are walking straight ahead and they look really perfect. Everything about them is perfect, and you would never guess what was going on underneath the surface. This is what I'm seeing, that like this sense of perfection, that you have to be in a certain way and hold your body a certain way, and, you know, never look upset and always have a smile on my face. You know, you don't have to be always casting that out for other people. You're allowed to feel what you want to feel and let that show. And like, you don't have to really internalize everything that comes your way. And if people are saying things that annoy you, you don't have to just sit back and go, oh, that's fine, I'm okay. You can tell people, you know, that's not cool, don't do that again. You know, you're free to express yourself. So let's see, guys, what to seek. Seek this. And I love this card for you guys, because I really see that you're going through a bit of an internal battle, and there could be a really pivotal moment here where you understand that, you know, maybe you read something, and you know what, the younger that people are, the greater the chances are that you will misinterpret conversations, readings, take them very seriously, or maybe you're just seeing things through the eye of somebody else they were very passionate about a belief system, and I just saw angel numbers 1313 there, you guys. But what if they were wrong? And what if their belief wasn't 100% what you believe, but you felt so compelled in that moment that all of your thoughts followed that, and now you're in a place where, like, maybe I should check that out. And that's what I'm seeing here. So you're gonna have to really seek your strength, and if you want to like strike out on your own path and discover things that work best for who you are and who your heart is and what your soul is looking to attain, so that you can live more in this life instead of living this life step by step, so that you can attain like a peaceful soul in the next life. I think you've got a little bit of work to do, and just let the next life take care of itself, whether you're going to reincarnate back to the earth school or whether you believe that you'll end up in heaven. Like, things have loosened up a little bit, I think, depending on what like culture you're in. But, and again, I don't want to get into that, but I'm seeing here an opportunity for you guys to give yourself some freedom, and with the Strength card you'll be able to find that, so you can go ask those maybe difficult or challenging questions from that person, either in your family or your house of spirituality, and just sort of set your mind at ease so you can go, oh, okay, well, and now I can be a more authentic version of myself and not model myself off of something that I possibly misinterpreted when I was a child or growing up or saw repeatedly. So you have a really interesting reading here, you guys. So I hope it was helpful. And just remember to stay strong and carry on, guys. So take care. Bye.